Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Well, that needs to be a little lower. One, two, one, two. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okie dokie, that should work. Right. Hello everyone, it's me, Dead Dodo. It is Sunday once more, and we're back to do some more doodling. I hesitate to call it doing art because low self-esteem, and I feel like I'm still very much an amateur. But keeping the habits up is important, and I need to catch up on all the what I should have been doing as a wee lad, when it was like you just keep drawing the same stuff over and over. Who knows, maybe I'll actually go to an art class at some point in my adult life, but for now, yeah, we're just going to start a bit of drawing today. I've just set up a basic panel there. Don't know if I'll be sticking to these lines or not, but it gives me at least a point of reference, so then when I start drawing I can, boxes. I think I'm mostly just going to be trying to draw monsters today. That feels appropriate. Couple in mind, it's probably give you a bird of some sort, something that looks like a dinosaur, something that looks like a monkey. Like, I'll go where my hand takes me, so to speak, but we'll just see what we come up with. We'll try and get some line art done. Maybe I'll try stick to one per panel, and then I can resize them and like make it into a more cohesive shot, maybe. Like you make it into like a, from a cohesive image together, but anyway, I hope everyone enjoys the music and enjoys watching the process of me trying to, create something out of the ethers of my mind. So, I'm just going to get right into it. Got my cherry Pepsi. Hang on, can we hear it? There we go. It's close enough to water. It's got caffeine in it. Let's get started. Oh, 1 second. Go on. Doodle. Sorry. I'll be back in my Be Right Back screen for a second. Well, we'll do starting soon. Apologies. I had a thought, and I was like, I had my brother visiting me and my dad. And I thought, better go and check with them to make sure they don't decide to shout my name and dox me as they're the ones saying goodbye or whatnot. But I did the typical like amateur move of out of habit asking if anyone wanted anything before I sit down to stream, and naturally they wanted a cup of tea. So I shouldn't have asked, but there we go. Only like making myself a few minutes late. But yeah, let's get into it then. I'll try to explain my thought process as I go along, but we will start in this corner. We want, so if I've settled on, my kind of thought process was, if I can zoom back out, I'll do try to do one pencil drawing for each area, and I'll try to do different ones. So something bird, a monkey of some sort, a lizard, and I suppose something like a cat or a cat or a dog or something. I don't know, something else with a snout. That will do. Right. Oh, that's far too thick. What have I ended up? Oh, that's the reason. I've not got the pencil. That would explain it. Hope everyone's having a nice Sunday. The stumpy Lyle, was it? Yeah. What the shape I've ended up with. The general thought is, I believe, that is shoulders forward. Oh, knuckle dragger. A rip snorting knuckle dragger it is. Okay, I think I'd see where. Maybe that's too big for what I'm thinking. That's an interesting shape. Something like that, maybe? Again, I'm going off of a... not really a reference, just trying to see how it looks as I go. I know it's not the best way to do it. I like to move this arm out a bit. Okay, that's getting more of a broader chest. Oh, no, wrong one. Shape a bit. Back leg needs a bit of work. Okay. Still a weird body proportion, but we're going monstery anyway. But I think it looks like a little more, if that makes sense. It looks a bit more cohesive, at least. Well, the arms are over the chest. And I'm seeing this more from this angle, so... Hello, Deviant. How are you today? Nice to see you as always. Give me a second just to finish clearing this a second, and I'll give you an idea what I'm doing. Bear with me. So, today, the rough plan of how I want to do things today is I've put these 4 squares here, and the general gist is I want to draw a different sort of monster, you know. So top left here is going to be a bit of some sort of monkey, some sort of bird monster, a lizard, dinosaur, and maybe either a cat or wolf, you know, stuff like that. Or maybe something you know, try and get the basic line down. But my current project for this week is going to be, I'll try to get the line art down at least done for today is my goal. And then I'll reposition them. Once I'm happy with what I've drawn, I'll obviously change where they are on the canvas and try and make like a big group picture and try to have it a bit of a dynamic, you know, like you see people do it where they just have a little splash of colour like sauce in a fancy restaurant for the background. I want to do something like that. So yeah, that's kind of what the rough idea is. But yeah, I hope you're having a good day. I hope your Sunday's been restful. I hope you've had anything you wanted to do has gotten done and you've had time to rest and eat. Hugs to you too. If it's what's the word? Hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to do a thing. Right, I've got it. There we go. Ta-da! The very basic hug Streamlab I got set up. I hope that wasn't too forward of me. Yay! Have I got any new emotes I can share? Let me see. No, I haven't. All I've got is a... Oh, nothing today. Anyway, yeah, I hope you sit back and enjoy, as it were. Right, let's get back to this. Right, so, just to give me a frame of reference. That's going to be behind. So I'm just making a quick mark here, just to say, okay, these are behind. This is where the shadow's gonna be. This will be the front bit. Right. Just give me a rough idea in any case. Right, now let's have a think about feet. I will say my main inspiration today is I don't know if you've seen it, anyone's seen it, but that's a bit wrong. I ended up seeing some clips of that animated show. Oh, hello there, BB. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yeah, I don't know if you caught it. Just to say again, as a quick summary, general gist today for my self-imposed little task for this is I'm going to try and draw a different beast in each of these 4 corners. Hopefully, my goal is to get the line art mostly done today. Maybe colouring on my next one. And then compose them into like a dynamic group photo together, you know, where you overlap them and have them all in the centre. And I enlarge, put them in the centre. That's the general gist of it. But yeah, I hope you're having a good Sunday. I hope you've had good food and... everything you wanted to achieve has been achieved. As I was just saying to our friend Deviant here, my sort of inspiration today was seeing clips of the animated series that goes by Primal, which is all an animated show with no dialogue. If you count Primal screaming as not dialogue, you know, caveman adventure with a dinosaur and all that kind of stuff. And looking at all the various beasties is kind of where I'm going with this, since I seem to have a sort of a fantasy tribal theme going on anyway. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I had a bit of a how would I put it? I had a bit of a also I loafed around a lot today. I didn't feel like getting up, didn't get a lot done. But my brother turned up to visit me and my dad, so that helped me get off my arse a bit and get some shopping done. On the off chance there's going to be some what's the word? There might be some snow heading my way, so yeah, it's not good because we are not prepared for it over here. But I was just saying, yeah, so I had it in my brain to draw some beasties today, since that seems to be where I'm going. It's also my excuse for not having to draw accurate body models, if that makes sense. It's just going to be, does it give the impression of a hunched over figure? Nice idea. I saw you had a nice little. I don't know if you've been sitting on those emotes for a while, but I was quite impressed. Now, as I say, you've just got to unlock the emote part of streaming, and you can make good use of them then. Monkey man. I've spent like 2 days on them. Oh, I know. You definitely look like you put some work in. I hope, like I say, a concerning amount of arson, but I'm not one to judge. I am guilty myself of making at least when I'm in other people's streams, I seem to be guilty of making a few too many cannibalism jokes. So I am really not one to talk. Would it better if he slumps his shoulder? Or am I going for like, a bit more of a shape maybe? So far, so good. I know, like I said, I'm doing this rough and as a fantasy sort of thing, but I think I've mostly got everything in the right places. Just whether or not I make this head bigger or not. And do we want to go with this massive, massive head? Let's zoom in a touch. Oh, no, hang on. Outside, not inside. Oh, excuse me. If you heard that, I apologise. Oh, I know. I've watched enough, what's the word? I've seen enough that I can roughly have an idea. Like, do you know, like, this looks like a person, like a body or whatnot. So, it's going to still be stylized, but, you know, that's the how I'm excusing my, what's it called? That should be. What do you call it? Your muscle lines or whatever you call it. Might still need to do something about these shoulders, maybe. But it's looking very more alien gorilla more than anything, isn't it? We kind of want a big brow. Do we want to reshape this a touch? I need to remind myself I can come back to it, like, because I want to try and get the what's the word? Stick to a schedule. So I don't want. I've already been. Yeah, we'll see. I'm getting the basic lines down. The theming might still change. This is a rough face. I might change this still. Yeah, so he might change form eventually, but for now, I just want to move on to the next side. And just, what's the word? Let's think. Actually, saying that, we are going alien gorilla. They kind of need, if it's like a silverback, they kind of have a larger head. I'm thinking of the one Disney movie, you know, the Tarzan one. A little bit. I think that's where my brain's pulling this reference from. Do you know, like, everyone's got a reference image, it's just that we don't remember where the source is. Like, what did you watch as a kid that makes you think gorilla? And he thought, well, maybe the Tarzan, the animated Disney Tarzan movie, maybe. Make that extend a little bit. Yeah, see what the air comes from. Let's have a little look. Roughly where I want, unless I want to give him any like neck. I think it's the where the back is. Do I need to like, what is it, like neck? I suppose. Maybe give him a nice set of butt cheeks. No, we'll leave off of that, I think. Oh, I know. I'm trying to keep in mind, obviously, where you see your neck from the angle and all that kind of stuff. But make a quick save. And we'll save this as Monster Mash. That's my rough title. This will be Monkey Lines. Right, let's zoom on to the next part one. Let's make a new layer. We'll see how many layers we get. Yeah, Gorilla Booty. We'll see how many layers we get before everything stops working properly. Now, you are the blue. I'm going to be fun today. I'm going to draw different colour ink for the different ones. Because if I am going to make a Monster Mash where I have them all kind of in the middle, I probably want to have different colour sketch lines so then I know where they overlap a bit better. I know. I'm stealing ideas from my betters. Might be making this too big, but I've done the thing with the beak wrong. I've done the same mistake with the beak from the perspective that I've done with my own current PNG, where I'm sort of supposed to be facing you dead on, but it's like I've broken my beak to the side because you shouldn't be seeing my beak from the side view if I'm facing the front. So, suppose we'll do this shape for now. Leg for now, so no angle. Maybe I need to shrink you down so you're taking up a bit too much space. What I intended. Up there, and if we move you up about here, I'll have a bit more room to draw some legs at the very least. Oh, wait, what am I looking at? Oh, no wonder. I've still got selection mark. I really wish it wouldn't do that. What do you call it? A little lag. So yeah, my inspiration was a bit watching, what's the word? A series called Primal, which is the people who made Samurai Jack. But, okay, maybe I want to redo this a touch. So you're leaning, the Rilla's kind of more heavy aiming inwards. You're meant to be coming from the top and my right. The angle it, so... That feels better. So you are gonna have more hunch shoulders. I draw these chicken drumsticks in. Okay, I think I know what I think I know where I'm going with this. Although I do need to redo this bit. Yeah, so angle wise, remember my old goblin? That's a cute emote. You like this song? You all get to enjoy an emote I can barely enjoy because to stop me getting lip flaps on my PNG, I can't have it too loud on my end, so I can just vaguely hear the music that you all get to enjoy. That looked okay for a Talon, I suppose. Oh yeah. Just blasting it all the time. Getting into the what would you call it? Is it the artist zone where you just kind of hyper fixated on your music or whatnot? Okay, hang on. I've done this the wrong way. If it's the knees in front, this needs to be in the front. That's the theme, right? That's talent figure. I'm doing the thing again. I'm going to fixate it on the smaller details rather than the ones I should be focusing on. Leave it alone for now. So I've got to draw the rest of the legs, so let's not hyper fixate on this too much. Question is, things might need to be higher up. Making everyone pointy heads today. Question, so talking about butts. Where would his other one be in this scenario? Do I want to have... Okay, I think I got it. We still want to be going down this way with like a flare up here, so that's kind of like the direction he's going. I'm going back. You're a bit weird going back. You're a bit weird looking back at it. Make sure everyone's got their drinks today. I have got myself some cherry Pepsi. It's not water, but it's good enough. I need to change. If I'm doing that angle, then Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this angle, aren't I, a little bit. Not the end of the world, not the end of the world. A bit more where I want. Although, I need some lines clearing up. It's then hydrated is important. Clean up some more dirty lines that I've left marks everywhere. Oh, I wasn't meant to get rid of that line, okay. You know what, I've thought of this the wrong way. Something about angle changing. Sorry, I'm going to be doing this a few times as I change my mind. Those will just do it this way. Something like that might work. Is man spreading a little bit? Well, bird spreading? He's going to have some tail feathers, so it's not going to look egregious in any case. Just which bit's in front? If that's the case, this needs to be a bit bigger, doesn't it? Perspective-wise. Or maybe I'm doing this the dumb way. Hang on. You know what? Let's think. Do I like this? Not a bad idea, but is this wing? Am I wasting time? And is this wing on the front going to be in front? Is the question. Because I might be wasting time trying to draw a leg that might not be, you know. Alright, where am I going with this pose? Let's have a brief moment. I think I was too close. Maybe doing this would be a bit better. I think that worked a touch better for what I was thinking. That perspective's a bit nicer because the knee should be in front then, if this bit's at the very front. That'll work, I think. Just gotta tidy this up a little bit. Where are your bones? Bit of a disconcerting question to hear from someone. Where are your bones? Alright. That's the rough gist. So let's clean. We're almost at 7. So I think we've managed half hour per creature so far. Let's try and keep that pace up. So I'm just going to spend a few minutes cleaning these lines, this roughly up a bit. And we'll go on to the next one. As I said before, I don't want to spend too much time focusing on the small details. Well, I need to get the broad strokes down first. There's always time to add more details. And I think if I do this for carry on for Wednesday with this, there's nothing stopping me from adding a few details off screen a little bit. If there's a few things I want to tidy up and make a bit neater. Where are your bones, kid? Yeah. I know the wings don't make too much sense yet, but trying to decide. You know what? I'm saying that. There. These are the rubbing out noises. It looks like I'm drawing Sonic OCs at the moment, don't I? Oh, that's... So what my hand was doing there, that was not straight lines at all. He's definitely taking up a lot more space than the other fella, but... And he's took up a little more time as well, but we might have to cheat with someone else. It's looking good. Chili dogs. Alright. Gotta go fast. Sorry, that's about as good as I can do. I can do. I know. How do you do? How do you do? What's it called? How do you do Shadow? How do you do Shadow? It's like Sonic. I love Latinas, Sonic. You gotta do it for the Latinas. That's that meme, right? That's the accurate one. Why I've got that there? You got a knee halfway down his shin. That can't be good for anyone. That's probably a very serious medical condition. But I'll make sure. That looks about right, I think, for where I'm going. Okay, we'll name you Birdie Line. But have a quick save. Look at me trying to stick to a schedule. But make sure step up and stretch, or if anyone needs to grab a drink or a snack. Ooh, already an hour in, doesn't the time fly? Speaking of time flying, where the hell did January go? Ha, at least I can spell schedule right. Boom. Comeback delivered. Nah. Seriously though, where has like January gone? It's February now. We're all gonna start thinking of Singles Awareness Day. Which will I'll be drawing my model in the Shinji like depression pose on a chair. Like, you know, for Valentine's Day. Because I'm so alone. Oh, I know. But that's fun with January. There's a lot going on, but like, what's the word? Let's have a right. Actually, you know what? Before we do anything, Monkey needs to be bigger. He feels a bit inadequate. There we go. Let's make him wider. There we go. It doesn't look as like it's a bit sad. You go from your first drawing, you look at the second one, you look back, you're like, oh, he's a bit. But that's the point, isn't it? It's like I am going to be resizing them and then layering them. So we'll see how that goes. But right, where was he? Paint line. What am I drawing for my next abomination? I need a different colour. Someone shout me a colour for my ink that differs from red and blue. You know what I'm saying that? Maybe I should just go green. Or yellow, maybe. No, I won't be able to see that at all. Green it is. Okay. Now. We have bird, we have monkey. No, let's think. We need a reptile or something. And you know what? I realise I made my monkey blue, but I realise I need to draw a fish or something. Oh well, doesn't matter too much. Next is pink. Yeah, just hot pink. Right. Oops. Make sure I'm actually using a pencil. what shape am I going? Because you're over there. Your stance, you're high. No. Need to have the back over here, because if he's the up, this is a top right aiming downwards, so that's going that way. This one should be going this way, I think, pose wise. I might change this one to have his arms up, like he's lifting his arms up for the composition, and then raising the torso up. That makes sense. Just so it's like an impact frame or something. I don't know, like, you know, like how they're all entering the shot together, basically. Like they're all about to do a big game of Smash Melee. And then obviously, we could have one trying to get away and be like kind of crawling, help, like trying to get away. I don't know. Or maybe that facing that way. Sorry, I'm using my very sensible lines just to give myself an idea. Actually, saying that, go back to background lines. Go back to, let's say, I'll be good. I'll just go for black. Make my notes. So we'll do armor. No, that's not a good line. Make a note for next time. Some pointer lines. I suppose the joke is like where they looking in the scene. Maybe some pointer lines or something. I don't know. We'll see. Right, back to the green. I've drawn a Sandaconda from the Pokemon games. Hopefully no one. I mean, legally it's distinct. Well, saying that, make sure these aren't in the way. Yeah, it's not in my way a touch. This guy's going to be a bit goofier looking, I think. I might be making a Dragon Quest enemy that I think they go in here. Like a regional variant of Sandaconda. Alright, zoom in a touch. Or try and tidy these lines up. This might be my cheat where I get to the other one a lot faster than the previous one. Slim the jawline down a touch. So it'll take me less time. If I'm going to spend time getting stuck sharpening horns, I'm probably going to end up doing the same mistake I made. So I suppose if I get this done a little faster, I can touch up some of the others a bit. Honestly, it looks more like a cow than a snake at this point. Maybe I can go that. It'll be like one of the ones from One Piece with the Sea Kings. Don't ever cow, man. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that. At least now I won't mistake it for a Nintendo won't be after my ass for like accidentally copying their Pokemon design. Honestly, if you ever played any of the Dragon Quest games, there's much weirder in them. Or well, Final Fantasy. Well, you watched you watched that Final Fantasy stream when I did. There's some weird enemy types. Actually, do we want to make it like that? No, we don't want to make it like that. I'm gonna say like an ash serpent, but no. It's like you could see this like that's basically how the monster design works. It's like you're mostly just trying to make puns or wordplay, and you make a monster based on the wordplay, don't you? Oops. I'll fix it in a second. My anaconda don't want none unless you've got beef buns, hun. Yeah, that works. Totally works. Definitely not embarrassing to fail at creating a lyric right on the spot. No siree, not me at all. Right, let's zoom out a sec. How's this looking? Get in there, get in there. Might have to redo that tail. It might be too thick. Oh, excuse me. Alright, let's have a look. Redo this a little bit. Sorry, I just realised there's more background lines that I don't know why I bothered. I'll just remember. But they were like bothering me because I left some purple around. Right, back we go. Oh, hang on, I've lost track of where the tail is. Hang on. That's right. We do one. Let's have a zoom out. Okay. Not too bad. Oh, there we go. Half hour. Managed to get that to it. Although saying that, the arrows are just getting in my way, aren't they? That looks roughly right, I think. Yep. Mooline. I hope you're happy with that, VB. We have named this creature a Shmoo. A Shmoo in your honor. There you go. It is quite funny when you stop and look where I've kind of gone. I've started off with my very crude monkey. Didn't know quite how I was starting it. Refined a little when I drew my... I know would this be considered a Garuda on the right? Birdman. Trucks or something. Then we've kind of gone Dragon Quest enemy on the bottom left. And now we need... Decisions. I'm definitely going to have to do more work on my top left fella. To kind of fit more the feet. I don't know what's going on. This is all just practice in any case, isn't it? These is mostly going to be my line art practice, and then scene composition, and then obviously I've got to try and I don't know. I've been falling back on the same sort of. You've seen. I will be the first to say I've been very lazy with my colouring. Like I think I've took a few. Yeah, I've took a few bits of advice you've given me, and I've applied some of it. But there's definitely more I could do, especially when it comes to doing more complex shading and colouring. Which, for that little personal project I was doing last time, I probably do need to do a bit more of. But. And sippy time. Oh well, Rome wasn't built in a day. Tarzan, Sonic, and yeah, I'm making my own. What's the word? It's funny when I was speaking to Ben on his stream or something. It's like funny enough, I coerced him into joining Blue Sky so I could get an extra follower. No, that's a lie. Well, partially a lie. It was because I made that little, baby's first comic involving based on a clip I'd made of one of his Final Fantasy adventures. And I think I said to him the last time, I feel like I'm creating a D&D campaign because I'm just making scenarios, and since they're all fantasy themed with fantastical races and creatures, mostly goblins and goblin adjacent, I seem to be, becoming a monster maker. No, if this was Sonic or Pokemon, they'd have much more gratuitous buttocks. If I was a fan artist of either of them, much more gratuitous buttocks. Right, so that's the Shmoo line done. File, save. Speaking of Tarzan, that one, I think I have drawn something similar to that physique before. With one of my, I don't know if I showed you, but like with one of my other drawings. Hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to find the hot pink. Problem is, I'd like to use the hot pink, but it's a bit too close to the other colour. So maybe a yellow or an orange. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to disappoint you. They might get some highlights, but it needs to be enough of a different colour to not look the same as the ones up here. Right, so what have we got here? We've got land, air, well, we've got mammal, bird, reptile. I suppose I should draw a fish of some sort. Sorry, by the way, it's probably going to be somewhat horrifying. It's already horrifying. I hate it already. We're a bit more horror anyway. It's all being a bit too cool. There's not been enough horror. I need to practice drawing lips anyway, so it's the work. It's more like a demented sock puppet at the moment. Martha. Although saying that, I need to flip it. I'm looking the wrong way. That's the wrong button. I need my mouse for this. I know. You gotta have your monstrosities, you gotta have the different types. Obviously, I'm probably gonna have to shrink this face down, but... There we go. That's the button I was looking for. Although, saying that... I do need to make some space, so... Zoom out. Back there seems about right. I know what I'm thinking of. Hang on. Will it show it on the screen? Bear with me. I'm... Googling. Where's a good picture? Hang on, I'm cooking. Oh, I can't do it. Never mind. Hang on. Never mind. I had an idea, but it didn't work out. If you've ever heard of a weird worm creature called Robert asking to be moisturized, he's like, Robert, I'm adequately moisturized, Robert. Actually, you know what? What am I saying? I can draw it. It'd be like... I don't know. I'm not making sense. Ignore me. Ignore me! It's Osmosis Jones. Oh, this is getting more horrifying as it goes. think God left because he fears what his creations have made. Oh. How do you make this a fish? Those doesn't that technically have to be a fish. It could be a snail, I suppose. Although, thoughts. What am I doing? I could do it. It's like you can have monkey, bird, snake. What the fuck is that? I could do that. That might work actually. I think I like that idea. Just like one of these things is not like the other. One of these things is a sin against nature. One of these things made God leave. Have anyone else managed to sin against the Lord today? Hang on. Yeah, my model's working. It's alright, just have to check. Sorry. Feel bad for anyone who comes in now. Nah, that's not the right direction. It's like a mollusk, I suppose. Or some sort of the weird deep sea creature. Although, saying that, having two things with spirals might not be the right idea. Then maybe not a snail. That's a bit too much of the same idea in one spot, isn't it? That's the one. No. It'd be more just like, Father. Hello, Father. Are we going to the store? Oh, what have I created? Anyone wants to leave, they can leave. I wouldn't blame you. I can make this worse too. Okay, let's not make it too graphic. Yeah. We're entering we're entering the territory of Meat Canyon. Like the all I'm hearing is the Pinocchio. My real boy, Papa. Just a very deep, unsettling voice. What time are we on? I have 13 minutes to finish this. At least the line work for this. So let's. I'm too busy laughing at what I've created, which is very cool of me, but. And my giggles. Let's try and actually finish this up. It is basically like a pilgrim from Dark Souls, like one of the weird little pilgrims you see from Dark Souls or something. So it's just like a bloke on the floor, like. So he is sort of a fish man, but he's more like like the blobfish that end up on the surface. He's meant to exist thousands of leagues below the sea where no one can see him, but he's here instead. That says on, yeah, the do you see the angle? Here's the butt cheeks, and his legs are proper spread like that. He's got that iPad. He's got the iPad kid pose. You know, the iPad baby pose. Honestly, it just looks a bit. It looks a bit like my avatar, if I'm being honest. Just like splayed out, splayed out. Hang on, let's have a look at this. Yeah, I think that works. I'm sorry that you're in this picture, by the way. Right. Let's get the abomination all tidy for his group picture. probably make it so this is in front of it. Ooh. I think it's the tongue. The tongue is what's sending me. uh, Never look, I guess I would be proud. Never look better on a drawing. Never. Bro, I can't text right today. Oh, no, no. Blame it on the weather. It's cold. It's horrid. We haven't got much to look forward to holiday-wise. Oh no, I need that. We need a hint of cheek. Yeah, of all of them, I think this one's closest to being my son. You can kind of see the family resemblance, can't you? A horrifying family resemblance of someone who doesn't get invited to the family get together. Oh, I know. Well, my current experience drawing busty anime girls in my spare time is going into making the curves of this monstrosity. So the things I learned drawing, you know, big old biddies is being applied to this fella here. I'll make that curve of that butt cheek. We need to shape it. Although saying that, have a look. This needs to be a bit more of a fishy leg now, doesn't it? Since I've committed to the bit of this being a leg. You need to have weirdly detailed feet to really kind of sell it now. Remember my slightly spicy Christmas picture? This is where some of that experience is getting used. He needs to have the hyper detailed buttocks. To be honest, it's going to be a flipper. I'm making jokes about sexy thighs on the horrible fish monster, but like, it's mostly going to be a flipper. Don't worry, it's not going to get too egregious. Although, there is the argument to be made. I don't think anyone's interested in stealing my art, but maybe, do you think this fella's the right look to put off anyone trying to feed this into an AI? That finger needs to be longer. Let's have a look at where we are. Actually, I know what I need. If this is going to be a flipper, he needs to have... There we go, 2 toes. Oh, I need to make the hand better. Oh, and I was just getting excited to see the sexy fish snail. That can always change. I mean, we go from top left. Yeah, but get the frame. We got to that. We get to that. You guys see where I'm devolving to as I go along. Oh, I suppose to make sure people know it's a fish, it needs gills, doesn't it? Oops, wrong button. There you go. It's got gills now. Although, hang on. And around the buttock. I need to make the buttocks a bit more saggy. There you go. Does he need a fishtail? No, that would make him too normal looking, I suppose. Yeah, that looks like about right. ITO. Like, no. Yeah. This layer is named Y, by the way, with a question mark and a holy symbol next to it. ITO, we are now 2 hours in. Oh, sure does time fly. have a stretchy stretch. Okay, let's have a think. Do you ever get the thing where you're like, I'm reaching a little point where I'm like, okay, that's about as much energy as I've got for these for now. And I feel like just as like I've pulled back to look at them, I need to spend a little time away from these drawings and then come back to them when I renew my stamina a little bit. But it's just whether or not I want to try and draw something else or just keep working on some details. I'll keep working on some details. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, this has technically got caffeine in it, this drink, but my creative stamina's not that high. I've not honed it to like push through the fog and the fatigue and the burnout, as it were. But I suppose there's always a point of not overthinking about it. I don't think I have any real perfectionist tendencies. It's like, as it gave the feeling across that I want. But anyway, let's go back to Monkey. Feel free to work up some names if you have any names for these various creatures, and I'll take them under consideration for the final product. There is obviously still room to change things. So your vibe, bottom left is very cozy, top right is aggressive, bottom right is Y. Honestly, my monkey seems a bit too normal now by comparison, or he feels like... I'm trying to think. I need someone... Well, I don't know. Why happy, angry? I suppose maybe I should make him sad, maybe? To, like, fulfill certain emotions. If I'm going for, like, they've all got a different vibe. But, let's have a fiddle about. Let's see what I can do with you. Start with, yeah, we'll just start with you then. As I say, do what I'm doing already. Just focus on details and whatnot. And just start working my way back up. The legs I'm not bothered about. You're going to have like these two toes. So you're not going to be fully gorilla. Maybe that'll be why. Go more gorilla-y orcs for monster? I don't know. There's one thing I could do is get rid of these lines and start doing the outlining where I think, how can I put this? Where I'm going to put the shadow lines, I suppose, would be the right answer. Basically just more working out where things are going to go, I imagine. This definitely needs a bit of a change in shape. It's a bit too comically round, if that makes sense. Needs to be a bit more shape to it. There's the front of the shoulder. So I know there's that thing where you've got your shoulder's made of a bunch of muscles, isn't it? Your lat, all the various ones. clean up some lines, I suppose. Yeah, I think today it's just gonna be it. I'll do a little more touch up on my first drawing because I think he needs it a bit after the effort put into the others. I suppose it's gonna be a case of that might do it. Oh, that's too far. Shake the rears back and forth. Shake the rears back and forth. Oh, what am I doing? I'm making a mess. I just realised I'm doing that, and I forgot the little notes I made earlier, which was about, you know, raising his arms up to change his pose. So this was all a bit pointless anyway, because I need to change his pose up a touch. Doesn't necessarily have to be what I said before, but I've seen the pictures of the monkeys. Hang on, that breast is a bit too suggestive. Looks like I've drawn boobs on a monkey again. That might work, have it a bit more of a different pose. Make the form emphasis the arms, maybe? That might work. So just have it so the arms are very clearly more in front, maybe? I don't know. I learned recently that like it is based on, isn't it based on your rib cage rather than like your, it's based on your rib cage, is it? If you have a wide chest, that's normally what the whole D cup C cup thing is. I'm not a woman, obviously, so. I might need to do a bit more of a change again. shrinking down a bit. The size itself doesn't really. The straps that wrap around the ribcage part does depend on that. Oh, okay. Obviously, I've not had to think about it too much myself, but yeah. I'll take your word for it as a woman, as apparently a woman on the internet. My moobs don't quite require me to have one yet. I don't need the support. I know I need. I've accidentally turned him into the same sort of raptor as the other bloke. Hey, you never know. The body, weird things can happen to your body as you age. My my lovely dad. Everything. He's what's the word? How do I say this? He had less testosterone as he was as he was aging, as he was in his his older years. He had more estrogen in his body than he had testosterone, so he started losing all his chest and his armpit hair. And what's the word? His moobs grew a little bit before they managed to balance him out with some testosterone tablets. So the more you know, eh? The reverse can happen, of course. You see that with like women when they go into menopause and whatnot. That tone needs a change. I've realised while looking at this, I've kind of almost started drawing the second panel again. Do you know, like with the legs and the arms, the way they are? I suppose the answer to that is to draw more arms. If I'm going for it. Or maybe just thicken them out so they don't look quite like bird wings, which is kind of what's going on here at the moment. I need to think about the shoulder. Yeah, as you can tell, it's mostly because I don't want to draw proper feet. So I'm cheating. Hence why it's a whole fantasy creature thing, because I'm cheating. Very openly, in fact. Like I said, the face on this fella, he might not stay a gorilla. Oh, that's an idea. Just like, that's actually not a bad idea. Because so far we have... You can just start drawing multiple legs. That could be a thing. Because I didn't technically do an insect, so... Thank you for the feedback. Whatever gets created now, you are now complicit. So whatever sin I commit in my drawing, now you're partially responsible because you gave input. A centaur, a gorilla body. I like your magic. I like your thoughts, Magic Man. Where we're going. Let's clean this up a touch. We'll get his normal feet done and then we'll see about adding more. Of course, just share my thoughts. I like your words, Magic Man. Yahtzee, you got the quote right. It's me who's getting it wrong. Let's zoom out. So, widening his stance seems to be the right idea. Although I think having his arms shaking at the sky might not be right. Look. Might still want it angled downwards a little bit. You could have just one shriveled little hand. To really make it like monstrosity. Like he's got one shriveled little hand. Making him purposely uneven. I really hope my drawings don't ever actually come to life because I don't think they'd be happy with me. Right, now, if we're going to go for the centaur idea, I mean, it could just be a tail. Something like that, maybe. You know, like with the legs in the background. It's just keeping track of which one's in front. And you gotta make them progressively smaller, don't you? To like angle it. So if he's like, you've got him scuttling towards us. quite what I'm going for. Might need to rethink about this a little bit. I think I like the angle of it being right there, and I do probably need to bulk that arm up again. I'm probably not going to leave you with one skinny arm, that's just a joke, but we've already got one monstrosity in the family, we don't need to add the, what's it called, to it. That might work, just do it. How horrifying is that? Is that coming out for you? That foot I'm not happy with. I do like the kind of centipede we've got going on, but clean this up a touch. Looking a bit better. We do want to keep the hands fuzzy. Fuzzy elbows, at least on this bit. One thing with making horror monsters, it's like having proportions that are just slightly wrong. This is like... Okay, we need to work a bit on the face. Since he's not quite what he started as, so... I mean, there's the argument to be made of giving him an extra arm. So. I'd just be smoothing the lines up and changing the shape of the head, maybe. That might work actually. He's like got the one serious face. Doing that close detail thing when my eyes are starting to ache from looking at it too close. That might be a whirl. This is kind of your eyebrow, so... like a corruption sort of thing going, maybe? Yeah, that looks a bit more... I think that looks a lot more... even that looks a bit more striking, doesn't it? I think. Maybe. Still need to reshape how I'm doing the head a little bit more. The top of it, but I'm liking that a bit. So do I want texture on the head? Is a question. Question is, do I want to change how his head looks? Have a look. Almost like a weird hat at this point. It might be a bit much. I might be over developing it a bit. The one staring eye that's like gone a different colour. That needs to... Oh, thank you. Spikes will make it a bit too much. Having a sort of cape wouldn't be a bad thing. I might need to use a different colour, but for a minute to wash my water bottle. That's fine. What do you think of this then? It's kind of I feel like it's the I don't know if you call it Jekyll and Hyde thing, but it's like I figured none of the others really having a bit of clothes, maybe. So like this in the back would all just be, this bit here is like a mantle, like a cloak thrown back over his, you know, like if you've ever seen the grafted scions from Elden Ring, that's probably, it's like an amalgamation of limbs all grafted together, and they're kind of covered by a drape, so all you can see is like all the spidery limbs hanging underneath the mantle. Sort of. Oh god, now that you've seen it, no, I can see the banana cape now that you've said it. I see what you mean, the banana cape. That was unintentional, but let's go with it. There you go, banana cape. I think that's good. That makes a more interesting profile. Yeah. What time are we on? 35. Okay. Right. Let's have a save so I don't lose all that. What I should do now is have a little bit of what they call it. What would make the colours pop a bit round the edge? Oh, that's the, what's it called? Oh, that's not the colour I'm picking. Unless it's because... Oh, it's my opacity, that'll be a reason why. I'm thinking, why isn't that showing up? Maybe I'm overthinking. Am I using the wrong? I'm on the wrong item, aren't I? I had a smudge texture rather than the airbrush. No wonder. Let's just colour a frame a little bit. Yeah, I was just being dumb for a moment. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm overthinking it. Nah, that's too much. Sorry, my rapid clicking. I think I'll leave these as sketches for now. I don't think I need to over. Ooh. Yeah, and just don't need that. Background line. Now, let's just do a bit of red. We'll get the pen. Just sign it a bit. I'm going to share that on my Blue Sky afterwards. So, I suppose the next stage would be I think I might call it just for. I think I might leave it as I go. I think finishing a bit earlier today, but I think I'm reaching the end of my endurance. I was a bit tired today. Had a few things I had to sort out, but I'm happy with where I've got to. And I suppose if I do a bit more for my next one, when my juices have restocked, that might be a good idea. But make sure we save this as Monster Mash. We'll save a PNG of it as well. So I can go stick my work up on the fridge, aka my Blue Sky account. So, oh dear. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Rightio then. Thank you everyone who tuned in today and kept me company, listened to some beats. It was quite enjoyable. I think I've reached a stopping point I'm happy with to now. And as I said before, just to like, you know, I could keep fiddling with details, but I want to give it a small break, at least just for now. And I'll see about touching it up a bit during the week. And I'll, what's the word? I might be finishing up with this, doing some more with this on the, what is it? When's my next one? And my next art stream should be on the Wednesday. But before that, I'll be playing Baldur's Gate 3 on the Tuesday. And I'm having tomorrow off. So, thank you, BB. Thank you, Deviant, if you're still here. And thank you, anyone else who tuned in. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.